Welcome to my sketchbook tour. This sketchbook took me 2.5 years to finish. It's a Hahnemühle cotton paper sketchbook. It's quite thick now. I'll be going through all of this. Yeah, the stickers that are on here, I posted on my Instagram. So if you see anything you like, you can go check my Instagram. And all the creators are tagged. There are a few of mine, like this one and this one. And that gouache. But most I've collected over the 2.5 years. Let's see then. This was just the starting page, empty, blank. I didn't really like the blankness, so I filled those 2 pages. This is not really the cotton paper yet, but this is. This I filled on the first day, and this on the last. So these 2 pages have 2.5 years in between them. These 2 are my stickers. This one is, the original is here in the book, and that one I did as an oil painting. I didn't really like the outcome, but the stickers are quite cute. So I started in October with Peachtober 2023. And I didn't really get very far with it. I just did the 3 prompts. This was bee, cosmos, and sweet. And that was it. Then I didn't really continue. I just can't deal with these daily painting challenges. I feel like I put in too much effort and then I burn out really quick, like this one. I really pushed. I did a time lapse of this and put it on my Instagram as well. So if you want to see it, go ahead. And then I just filled the rest of the page with normal dogs, except the eyes. I was doing like a stylistic kind of thing here, which now looking back is a little bit creepy. Maybe if I did them a bit smaller. I don't know. I like this one. This is cute. I like how the mouth turned out. Really detailed and realistic looking, but still kind of stylized, so they're cute. This I put a lot of effort in, like I wanted to make like a full illustration of a pine tree forest during the white nights in Estonia, like the long days with the low light coming through the forest, and then pohlad, this berry. Of course these are ready at the end of the summer, but still in the evenings it's really nice light. And then the contrast between the bunny and the bear. The bear eats all of them straight away, and the bunny fills up the bucket. And I loosely based this off of me and Kalmer, my boyfriend. This is my hiking gear, my shirt and my purple pants. Yeah, I think it's really cute. This also made into a sticker form. And then on this page, this is just a food delivery. I think it was a paper bag that this was on from La Tabla. And then boom, luchador, but like stripped. I think it's pretty funny. Like I just had like acrylic paint swatches here, and then I drew over this with, yeah, it's funny. He takes off his clothes, but he's half naked here already, so I don't know. And then these are some like outfit clothes stuff that I got around this time. These are both like I went thrifting and I got these, like the hoodie, no, not the hoodie, the jumper, and these like bell-bottom pants. And I still have these. Now it's 2.5 years later. I love this one. It looks really nice. And these I don't wear so often, but I also love those. And then Saapavabrik is a shoe factory, like it's literal translation, shoe factory, in Tartu. And I ordered these like nicer looking shoes that I could go to the theater with, so I don't go to the theater with sneakers. But I haven't worn them so much. I think they need wearing in, and I haven't done that much. So, but I love this illustration. I think it came out really nice, like true to form, and like the blues in the like the leather and everything. I think it looks really, really nice. And then this fish sticker, I think I found it on the ground. And like I love stickers. I love stickers so much that I will pick them off the ground. This sticker as well, I found it on the ground of the Ülemiste shopping market. I think a kid had dropped them, and there were a few, and I picked it up and I put it on here, and I love it. Sorry kid, but you're not getting it back. So yeah, back to the footage. Here in at the end of October, I tore my ACL while bouldering, and let's see, 30th of October I tore it, and then this was a month later I did this painting. I tried to understand what was going on inside of my knee. I had other injuries as well, but the ACL was the worst, and I went to get it surgically fixed later on, right before Christmas as well. And so while I was recovering, I couldn't really move around a lot. So I did Duolingo. That was kind of like my companion. I still do Duolingo, but then I had way more time for it. And then for my breakfast, I wanted to bring my coffee to my desk, but with crutches it was quite difficult. So I put it in this peanut butter jar, like put a lid on it, and then put all of that in a tote bag around my neck, and then crutched to my table. Yeah, it's funny thinking back, but it wasn't really funny then. Let's see. This is just a cutout from a flyer from one of the best exhibitions that I've ever been to. It was in Kumu, and I really loved it. It was these 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s graphic female artists, and it was really well set up, this exhibition. I really, really loved it, so I put it here. Like I drew the frame, but this one is just a cutout. It's Marimutsu. Yeah. This one, we went to see Nähtamatu Võitlus, which is an Estonian movie, a very original, artsy kind of movie. And right after, I think we saw it like very first days it came out. And right after, I wanted to draw the characters here in my book. That's the main character. And like this detailed one was like the mentor kind of guy. I don't know if you can see, but this is like a kind of metallic old paint, really old paint. I got it like before I went to school, I think. This metallic children's watercolor. Yeah, I posted this on Instagram as well, and the official channel of this movie also reposted it, so that was pretty cool. And this I got at the cinema. It's just a postcard. It moves like this. I like how this is, you can see how the cotton paper really works well with the watercolor here. Like the uniformity of the color is really nice here. And then the blending and everything as well. I haven't worked with cotton paper before, and I really, really loved it. And it looks really colorful and sharp. These are more drawings from my knee surgery recovery. So I went to the surgery right before Christmas, and then I went to my mom's, and then took 2-3 weeks to recover. This I already drew back at home, but these are all the things that helped me kind of recover. My really ancient Kindles. I read a lot of books, some candles. I really love how this turned out. It's like a small IKEA candle holder, like a small glass bowl, and I think it looks really nice here. Goat cheese. I love cheese. My teddy from my childhood, he's called Nalle. Then over Christmas, of course, what do? You look at old family photos. So here's a stack of them. My mom made carrot pies. And then some wound care. What are these? Mandarinid. The small oranges, but not oranges. A cooling pad for my knee. My iPad with nonograms. I really love solving those, like watching something on YouTube and then solving the puzzles. And then this is a strap of my backpack, because I did exercises on my knee with, like, I put weights in the backpack and then put it hanging on my knee, just to make sure that it's straight and doesn't get like a bend in it. And then of course around Christmas, and like if you can't move around that much, what do? You watch Harry Potter. I drew some scenes from it. This one I hate, like the faces, they look so dumb, but these ones are pretty good, like especially this one. I really like that. Could like look like it's in a children's book. And I made this one into a sticker as well. I think it's pretty cute. It looks like this. There we go. And then in January 2024, I started a short digital painting course in EKA, Estonian Academy of Arts. I chose that course, digital painting, because I felt like I couldn't really sit very well behind a desk with my injury. I saw that EKA is doing this course, and Joonas Sildre was teaching, who is a really great digital comic artist that I admire. So of course I took the chance and I went and participated, and we worked with characters, like the character design and all the, and then moved on to like set design and all the color compositions and everything. It was really great, a really great course, comprehensive. And then I liked the characters so much that I decided to put them on paper as well. I designed this scientist kind of guy around my physics teacher in high school. Like, I'm pretty sure if you know, you know who this is. And then, like, as a counterpart to this physics kind of science man, would be like this natural phenomenon. It's a capybara, but kind of like generalized, and then it would do some magic that the science guy wouldn't understand, and there would be this conflict. And yeah, I will put up some pictures from the course as well. And then here I wanted to draw birds. I started with like Estonian birds. This is levike, got no idea what it is in English. And then I don't know why, but I switched to meme cats. Mostly probably because they're way more fun to draw than birds. So of course this was the first one, the banana cat. Hold on, sticker. This drawing made into the sticker. These are even shinies. They're shiny. Yeah, ones. These two I filmed the time lapse of, and like both of them have very specific audio that's attached to them on social media. So yeah, go check them out on my Instagram. I think like this one was really funny. I love this guy. It's really cute and funny. Oh, and I had tape around this, and I really regret taking it out because number one, this paper doesn't take tape that well. So if you peel it, it will peel like the top layer. And number two, it was a very colorful one with animals on it, and it kind of like finished the composition, like the balance of those both pages, and now it's gone and I missed it. But you can see that still on my Instagram, the tape. These are kind of like filler pages that I'm not super proud of, and I'm not proud of them because I didn't put that much effort into them. This one I drew when we finished watching Avatar. And of course, who doesn't love Appa? I did a pink underpainting for this, kind of like here, like this bright pink acrylic ink, and then gouache on top, but I overdid it, so you can't really see. You can't really see the pink underneath. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it in spots, but not enough, I think. Yeah. And then this guy, we came home from theater one evening and just took the bus home. And I saw this guy, like this average gray older gentleman, but he had this really super colorful bright bag, and I wanted to draw him because I don't know, it's kind of like there's a story there, right? It's not probably his bag, it's his daughter's or wife's, and he's just going home with it. I don't know, it was just a like a nice contrast between the guy and the bag. It was funny. And then this is just a filler illustration of rhubarb. I did this way later than all of these three. I just had this acrylic ink blob here and I wanted to fill it with something, and I quite like it. It like the ink makes the gouache on top quite bright. I think it looks really nice. And then this I drew in Ellandvahe. My friends wanted to climb the rock. I didn't because I just still was recovering from the injury, and I haven't climbed boulders since because it's super scary. But I just went to hang out. The weather was kind of gray, and one of my friends brought his tiny son in a bear outfit. So I put them here next to the boulder as well. Now we got to Pedro. I filmed a time lapse of this thinking nothing, kind of like based on the success of these. Like these got like 1,000 views or something, 1,000 views. So I did the exact same process, like acrylic ink background and gouache on top, and I filmed a time lapse of this. And I put the, you know, the song, the Pedro song behind it. And when I finished, like the meme part starts and it blew up. It got so many views and so many likes, like 4 million views or something. It's crazy. I will never, like this did, I've peaked. I will never do anything like this again, probably. But then looking back, like I added these whiskers and like these highlights here, and then I forgot to keep them in the video. So they're like, I paint them, I draw them, and then they just disappear once I start the animation of it. Yeah, it's stupid, but nobody noticed. So yeah, that was fun. And I didn't remove the tape this time. This is the same tape I used for the other ones, and I quite like it. It's really colorful around like the black and white stuff. It kind of balances it. And then these I filled later as well. I didn't like the white space here, so I just filled these with more raccoons. These I kind of drew from my imagination, and they look like shit, I think. They're nothing special, but these I drew from Pinterest, and it's one specific artist that I found. I put Kohuke in the raccoon's hand. But yeah, these are not mine. I just drew them to fill the space here. And then here, this page is kind of this one I drew for one Draw This in Your Style challenge. Yeah, you can see the blank eyes here. But I like the pose, and it's kind of funny. She's supposed to be riding on wheelies, like on her heels, and then balancing this baseball bat on her fingers. Yeah, I wish I had worked more on the face, but otherwise I quite like it. And then these, I just got this granulating watercolor, and it's super beautiful. I love how it looks. And then these are just test squares, and much later I painted with gouache these bugs, like a mosquito and a beetle, just from, I don't know, Google Images references, just to fill the space here. And now I quite like it. Like the colors work very well together. Eurovision. This year, 2024, normally I hadn't, but this year I watched all the videos of the participants before Eurovision started, and then I picked out my favorite ones, and then I drew them. So Finland, Windows 95 man with his mystery cloud. Then Nemo 1. And I chose this outfit from the video because I just thought the hat would be cool to draw. And of course, like the stage costume was completely different than what this is. Yeah, then Joost Klein. Yeah, this is exactly like what he performed in. I animated this as well, but this didn't do so well on Instagram. Then Pulup, 5 Estonian entry. I really loved them, and the album that this song that they performed is in came out after Eurovision as well, and I love that album. So I drew them as well because they were like really one of my favorites that year. Super fun performance. And then Italy. I liked her video costume and performance, but I kind of feel like her stage costume kind of got lost in all the craziness, all the others. Yeah, but like not knowing the live performances, these are my favorites that I chose for 2024. Now, here we have Kitty, our family cat who sadly passed away, and then I wanted to draw a portrait of him. I did some smaller studies from photos, and let's see, 3 of them I made into stickers. Here they are. Let's see, this one, it's a bit brighter on the sticker. This one, also a bit more bright, and then that one. As stickers, I make them more bright. Look at that. Aren't they pretty? Meow. Yeah, and the final painting I put here is a combination of like these poses. In the background I painted this tile because it's a very recognizable tile where he used to sit. So yeah, I really like these, the stickers. I love them, they were super cute. And then this is just a swatch page from the same paint that I did with the mosquitoes. And then the Lego is just because I went to Legoland with my family in the Netherlands. And then I didn't really know what else to put here. And this is a photo from there, Polaroid. So this is kind of like a non-page page. This spread is from one of my favorite plays I've ever seen, like theater plays. It's Expedition Surematud. I really loved that play. It was super like witty, and the costume design in it was just amazing. The music design, the story, everything, just amazing. I wish I could see it again. Maybe I will. And then I drew some of the characters. There were a lot that I would have wanted to draw with amazing costumes, but just one of, like this one was the most memorable one, like like this bodybuilder on top of a like, car toy, and then one of the female actors was like speaking in this guy's voice, or like speaking as him. Super effective costume. It looked so awesome. And then this costume was what they were wearing most of the time. Then these two were just like background characters. Super funny, super amazing. Go see it if you can. I don't think you can anymore. And then these I drew in Momo Motorsport Museum Garden. Yeah, I'm not really proud of them because I don't think I'm very good at landscape and like on-site plein air painting, but I like this one. This is quite beautiful, the colors and how they fade into each other. Yeah, these are just random scribbles. So I like this part, but this is a little bit unfinished and too scribbly for my tastes. And then around this time, let's see, do I have any? So this was summer 2024. Then in October 2024, we adopted Iko, our cat, our gray baby cat. And then I dedicated the whole spread to him. These are photos, like I painted these with photos as a reference with gouache. And yeah, here he was like a super baby, like a tiny, maybe 4 or 5 months old. He used to like lay down on the floor with his feet like this. Super cute. He still does that sometimes, but not very often. This one I made into a sticker as well, but yeah, it's not the best. Like the mouth part, like he had his tongue out, but this looks too much like an O. Oh. But he just had his tongue out, so I have to redo it again. And these were his favorite toys at that time. Let's see which one of these we have anymore. None of them. The fish we still have, but he doesn't play with it that much anymore. And this one, we call it Yuin, or like turd, because it's just made out of old socks, like layered on top of each other, old and holy socks. And then in the beginning I made like a face on top of it as well, and like these, put the string as like hair. But these weren't the best idea because he could eat them. So I removed those things and we put another sock on top. So this face, I think, is still inside of the urine somewhere. But like we've put layers on top and taken them out. And but he still loves it. It's like a kick toy. Great for fighting. Yeah, this is a super fun spread, I think. Looks really cute. Yeah, here is another reel that I made for Instagram, like a time lapse. I drew this one first, thought I was doing a time lapse, but I was actually filming slow motion. And it just filled the hard disk of my phone. So at some point it just stopped filming. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it again. But then of course I did. And this one looks way better than this one. This is not finished, but still I think the proportions are way better. The colors are better. Yeah. And then I made it into an animation. This is the Ouya Ouya cat. Ouya cat. Can you tell that I scroll Instagram way too much? So yeah, when the time lapse finished, then I animated like this dancing part as well. Like these are the frames for the spinny cycle. Yeah, these are super loose because they don't need to be very detailed. Yeah, and it turned out great. Ethel is the cat's name. Her owner saw it and she reposted it. It was super fun. Super cute, such a cute cat. And these are just stickers from Kumu and let's see, what is it? Oh, I think it's the, yeah, Eesti Rahva Museum in Tartu. I went to see something there. And this is the Tarbekunsti and Design Museum that I also went to see. We have the museum card, so we can just go to museums. Not without paying, but you know, we've paid for it already, so we can go as much as we want. Yeah. This is a super contrasting and weird page. There's like 3 stories here. Let's start with this one. One day I was walking on Koskla Street to go secondhand shopping. There's an area where there's multiple, and I just walked past these guys in the morning of a Saturday. Warm, sunny, summer morning. And they were just chilling out. I didn't pay much attention to them. I just walked past them. And then hours later in the afternoon, when I came back from that street, they were still there with more bottles around them. And then I just heard them talking in Russian, and they were discussing the sales tax increase in Estonia, that it was 22% and then it will be 24%. It was just funny, discussing politics on a Saturday afternoon with some beers and friends. Yeah, seems like a perfect life. And then I wanted to remove this tape as well, but like these skeletons, it seems so fitting around here that I'm never gonna remove them. Yeah, and this technique, I went to Skit's watercolor afternoon. They like teach some workshops and they give you samples of a lot of different mediums and papers. So I learned this like technique there, just like layering primary colors on top of each other. And then the subject is real life. Then this one is also from real life. Here in the beginning, here around Christmas, we were looking at old family pictures, and I took photos of a lot of them to have as a reference. And then I used one of my grandfather Oh no, I can't remember the place, but it was somewhere in a Stan country. So during Soviet times, people could travel for work only in the Soviet Union. So my grandfather traveled. He was a professor for some work thing, and it was just a photo of him traveling. Just good vibes. And I tried to replicate it. I think the proportions are off here a bit. My grandpa is a bit too big. The tower should be bigger, but that's fine. I like how he came out, like a tiny grandpa. It's cute. And then these are sketches for a butter dish that I made. So my mom wanted a butter dish, and her birthday is around Christmas time, so I made like a unified Christmas / birthday present for her of our family cat. Like, she passed away a long time ago, but just like her coloring is iconic. She was a tortie, like a super furry tortie cat. And yeah, I booked a time at a ceramic studio and just made the dish, and then another time went to paint it with these cats. It turned out pretty cute. Maybe now I know a bit better how the glaze works and how to paint with it better. Maybe I would do them bigger, because they were like this size, but maybe they should be a bit bigger on the dish. Here's a picture of the dish. Yeah, and we are now at the halfway point. I put the picture of Iko to mark the halfway point here. Let's see, is it half? More or less. I just want to do this tour in 2 parts, because otherwise I think it would be way too long. It's already been like half an hour. So yeah, let's stop here. I will describe this one, and then this one. Maybe you can recognize who these are, but maybe you can't. These ones I will talk in the second part of the sketchbook tour. Yeah, these ones, I've always liked to draw these kinds of like clothed, human-like animals. When I was a child, I even did like a children's picture book illustration as a graduation project for my art school. I was like 13 years old then, maybe, so don't have too high expectations of that, but I really loved. I remember I drew a hedgehog with overalls, and I remember that I really loved how that looked. So I wanted to replicate that here, but I'm not very happy with it. I don't think, like, the face of the like, she's supposed to be the grandma, it doesn't look like a hedgehog. It looks more like a wolf or a dog maybe, or a bear, but not a hedgehog. And maybe the pose, and it's like not finished or not detailed enough. But I like the kid. The kid's face is cute, and like the way he's sitting. I haven't really thought through how the clothes and the spikes should blend in the back. Like, how is that attached? Is the back open? I don't know. Don't think about it too much. Yeah, but I like, my grandma grows tomatoes still, so I like these small ones. I really love. They're super sweet, and like at the end of the summer you have like 1,000,000 of those, so you eat tomatoes with everything. So I really wanted to, like, I think I'm gonna make another one of these tomato hedgehogs, and I will try to find the project that I did as a kid with the animals, and then show you that this hedgehog was way better when I drew it at 13 than now. So sadly, I lost something along the way. Let's see, there's just color swatches under here. These I think were just old pencils that I found and really liked now, so I brought them here. And then this is a sticker I bought in Tartu. I don't know who the author is, but I liked it, so I put it in here. Yeah, and that's the first half of the sketchbook. Please follow me if you want to see the second one. Share, comment. This is the first time I'm doing this, so please show interest, and then maybe I will try to film the second half as well.